Hello, welcome back. This is like the second video that I've done today. Just put one out a little bit earlier, just looking at a few Super Nintendo magazines and also some Mega Drive ones as well. I've split this into two videos just so it doesn't turn into like a 35-40 minute type chat about games mags. I am going to just do another one tomorrow because I've got a look at Lock On magazine / games journal that I want to share a few thoughts on, and as well as that there's a few latest issues and magazines that I just want to have a quick look at as well. So this one now is just the rest of the sort of more retro / older magazines from years ago. The only thing that I didn't show in the last video was this something a little bit different, because it's not really a magazine, it's more of a sort of newsletter. Now this was only like £1 off eBay, and I bought this, God, it must be a few months ago. So it's like called European Computer User. Now anyone that remembers Special Reserve, and a lot of people will do because it was like one of the biggest things going at the time, like back in the late 80s to about 2002, something like that. Well, this European Computer User was for the ST, Amiga and PC. I remember getting this years ago. I think probably back when I had like an ST, and for some reason it sort of just stuck in my memory. So when I saw this on eBay, I thought, £1, I'm gonna get it. Just something a little bit different. So it's obviously a bit of a advertisement for them as well, place to order some of the latest games by 1993 standards, something like that, possibly 92. So just like to have a quick look on the back. So these are like a few re-release games, just quickly show those there, and again Harlequin appears. So we've got these like little box outs, then we've got here how much it is for each system and whether or not it's available on each system, ST, Amiga or PC. I mean, this is what, A3 size, something like that. Just going straight into it, it's probably going to be quite hard to see, but it's almost the size of a newspaper. So you got like a little bit about Sensible Soccer, we've got Archie McLean's Pool, we've got Waxworks, bit of a horror themed game, something that I always liked the look of, but I've still never actually ever played. And then there's a few other titles on there as well. So this is a bit of a funny one. I mean, some of these are actually apt at the moment. So you've got Zool, which is just had a re-release announced, and also going to be on the Amiga Mini, or the A500 Mini I should say. And then what else have we got here? We've also got Assassin, we've got Toddlers, what else? Jaguar XJ220, Risky Woods, Pinball Fantasies, WizKid, a game that I'd only actually played for the first time recently. And it's not too bad, it's something really, really different. Because again, I'm really not keen on Whizball, mainly because I am awful at it, but I just can't gel with that game at all. So this the first couple of pages showing you why to buy from this company, what to expect from us, because obviously no internet back then, it was all mail order, waiting 28 days for your games. And I do remember being ripped off once. I suppose ripped off because the company went under in a way. Copy of Midnight Resistance, I think it was, off the top of my head, on the Atari ST, so I had to order it a second time. So then you're looking at what, it said £20, like 40-45 quid for one copy of Midnight Resistance. But again, I am going back almost 30 years, probably just over. Also we've got Indiana Jones Fate of Atlantis up here, a little bit about it. That is now on Antstream as well, bit of a plug for that. So that's something that I've never actually played, even though I do like my point and clicks. It is something that I do need to check out, and now no excuse really. And then there's just a few more of the strategy type games here as well. KGB even, Campaign, Shuttle, done by Virgin, if my memory's correct. Well, correct. What else have we got? Already showing you the platformers page. As I said, there's not really a lot in this. As I didn't mind really spending only £1 on it. And then we've also got a little bit about a new Dungeon Master coming as well. Dungeon Master, the original one of my favourite games. So quite a lot in this. And then what else have we got? Oh, again, another page of compilations and stuff that you can order. So yeah, like something a little bit different really. Can't really see many of those being around. Never actually started looking for things like special reserve catalogues, you know, and like their monthly magazine, NRG I think it was called. So yeah, that could be, you know, something worth checking out. Not that I need more magazines. Speaking of which, on the last video I just mentioned that I recorded with Ashley Day, ex GamesTM writer, and he was in charge of a retro section in GamesTM. GamesTM thought it was a fantastic magazine back in the day. Closed in 2018, same time as Games Master, when Future Publishing bought that. Bought GamesTM and then cancelled it and Games Master the same day. So you know, we kept Edge as the multi-format magazine of choice, but it seems to be the right decision at the moment because Edge has been absolutely brilliant recently. Some really good writers, some fantastic cover features and everything. So yeah, I think it's just funny now looking on, you know, almost 3 years now since those two magazines ended. So, you know, for a bit of research, I got a few copies of GamesTM, forgetting how thick these actually were. These were like 180 pages. So this is the earliest one that I got. Now, Ashley worked on it for quite some time, like I say, in charge of the retro section, so we cover quite a lot. I've just got to start editing the episode and try and get this out in the next probably week and a half, and then, you know, hopefully share it because it's got some good stories. So yeah, it's like looking back at this era. So this one is issue 70. So you have a look in, you know, you're looking at the Wii, PS3, Xbox 360 era, the DS. So you got stuff like, what else? The World Ends With You on the DS. A game I've still never actually played. But again, just zooming in, you know, they gave everything out of 10, you know, the old 9 out of 10 or whatever. And looking at, I was just trying to get to like a couple of the big stories really, because I'll look at some of this and even some of the adverts at the time. So I used to collect wrestling DVDs quite a lot. So this was an advert for Zavvi. Obviously Zavvi is still going, but I just remember buying all these at the time. Oh, here we go, advert for Grand Theft Auto 4. Crazy about this is about 2009, 2010. But just try and get to some of the reviews, just show a couple more off really. So it's a big feature on Rare and Banjo there. So, biggest review that is in this issue, Grand Theft Auto 4. See, I didn't spend too much time on this, but I do remember renting it out from Blockbuster. Again, showing how long ago this was. So this is like a 4-5 page review. I'm not going to spend too long on this because I want to show something else in a minute. Verdict, 10 out of 10 for Grand Theft Auto 4. And then the other issues that I picked up, because I wanted to try and get like a feel for this sort of era, you know, some of the biggest games. So the one that I picked up, Red Dead Redemption, absolutely massive game when this came out. As said on the show before, came out the same day as Split Second Velocity. Fantastic racing game that not many people played because everyone bought Red Dead Redemption. Totally understandable, but Split Second Velocity is a fantastic racing game. And then we've also got a game that I did play quite a bit, but I can't remember if I completed it, LA Noire, which again had a lot of hype around it as well at the time. I've not played it up for a very long time now, but again, 180 pages, you know, it's like for £4.50 as well. It's really, really good. It's just showing things like, even though it's not that long ago, you know, we're going back 10 years, you know, like looking at the reviews here, you got Gran Turismo 5 getting 9 out of 10. Epic Mickey, which came out on the Wii and a couple of other systems. The Splatterhouse, you know, relaunch of it, let's put it. I've never actually played Splatterhouse on 360, but I know you could unlock some of the originals. Then the other one is the launch of the 3DS. Again, at the time I worked at HMV. I just remember that coming out, dead excited. But then again, I don't do that much handheld gaming. I remember going down to a product preview type thing down in Birmingham that Nintendo put on. I don't think I've got them here in front of me. They gave us like a ton of stuff, you know, like pens and like little things like stickers and a massive stack of post-it notes and things like that, all branded. But anyway, sorry, I'm waffling for a change. So the other one is a magazine that I got a few issues of, off Mark Jowett from Sega Mags, and this is a few 5 issues of Games World magazine. Now, obviously Games World was on TV, on Sky for quite a few years. Fairly popular, but probably obviously not as big as Games Master, because Games Master was obviously on terrestrial TV. And back around that time, not everyone had Sky. I think we only got like Sky, well, cable, in about 1993, 94. But, you know, like Sky was a place to go, you know, for Games World on every evening. And also Simpsons, you know, that took ages before it went on terrestrial TV. So I just rubbed my eye a bit. So these are 5 issues. So this launched in 1994. Quite a thick magazine, you know. It's done by Paragon Publishing, edited by Dave Perry of Games Master and Games World fame. I know we can divide opinion, but then like looking at a magazine, some of it I really like, but there's one thing that I'm really not as keen on. That's what I'm going to touch on in a moment. So again, you've got issue 3 here with Donkey Kong Country. Massive Super Nintendo game as well, we all know. Remember when that came out that Christmas of 94, and just saying like, wow, this is absolutely amazing, spending tons of time on it. So here we have got, I showed a picture of this on Twitter, you know, picture of Dave there, and looking at some of his staff there. Some of them have been on the podcast, which I'm very happy to have, you know, got to share some of their stories. And then bit of an advert here. This is what I like looking back at the magazines, really. Well, one of the reasons. Advert here for Tandy, if anyone remembers them. My local Tandy in Bolton as a kid, closed in about 2001, I think it was, because I remember getting a cheap second-hand Mega Drive in, must be 99, 2000. Paid 20 quid, like Mega CD, load of stuff with it when no one was bothered about retro. And I just needed an aerial, you know, like RF lead, and we had them for about £1.50, £2. But yeah, seeing the deals here, we've got Royal Rumble, as mentioned in the last video there, £35 for Royal Rumble on the Mega Drive, and we've got Flashback, 45 down to 35, not too bad. So a few deals there, and then what else? We've got a feature, well, more of a news piece on the Philips CDI. I know how many people loved that, and this is what I'm just trying to get to. The reviews, really not keen on this way. They did improve it though. So basically, you got the reviews here. Every colour there relates to a different system. So I think red is Mega Drive off the top of my head when I looked at it, and then say the is it light blue is Amiga, no, PC, and dark blue is CD32, and then you've got like obviously all these little box outs here. Sorry, now I'm jumping around that. All these little box outs, 4 boxes, and it's a mini review for every single person that works on the mag, you know, the main reviewers, and obviously they are colour coded, and then an overall score at the bottom. The thing is, it doesn't really tell you much about the game. you know, this did get tidied up a little bit, because in the next issue they kept all the Mega Drives ones together rather than just, you know, chucking everything onto a page. And then with SNES, etc, etc. And then a little bit later on, I'll show you in a bit, they did sort of expand on a few reviews, but still kept that for some of the pages. It's I don't know, like your eyes just dart everywhere, you know. We've got the Bite Back Letters page, lots and lots of letters there about the games mistress, aka Jet from Gladiators. So it's quite good, you know. Looking back at the letters pages, got a feature on the TV show there as well. Just trying to get to a few of the big things. These are always ones that I like. Obviously, Dave Perry is into his games a lot. After all, he's been in, like, you know, the in Games Mags and, you know, etc for ages. Obviously, he does tattoos now, but, you know, he did make his return to doing a few games related things in some of his videos, showing off magazines. So here we've got what is it? Game Brain. Yeah, Game Brain. So it's ask Dave, you know, a few questions. You know, what's better out of A, B, or C? Which should I buy next? You know, what's the best RPG? I quite like looking at stuff like that. Here we've got like the previews. So again, a lot going on, but this doesn't bother me as much as the reviews do. I think because with this, you just got like a quick snapshot here. See, on this page, you've got things like Akira, you've got Punisher. What else have we got up here? Aero the Acrobat 2. Ironically, a lot of these games have become really expensive. Aero the Acrobat 2 is definitely one of them. And Punisher on a Mega Drive. Oh, and Captain Commando on a SNES. So yeah, getting those now would cost an absolute fortune. Oh, and Snatcher as well on Mega CD. So, and Scooby-Doo on the SNES, which I don't think I've ever seen. But the games on there would cost you a fortune to buy those now. An absolute fortune. And then what else have we got? We've got some news on the Street Fighter film, which again isn't amazing. We've got the usual things like tips, and then there's a massive feature on Donkey Kong Country, you know, being the cover game there. So, and Street Racer, which was really, really popular at the time. Towards the back of the page, this is back of the magazine, is where they give things a lot more space compared to the reviews again, which I still just find a bit weird. Maybe I'm missing something, but here you got things like Stunt Race FX, again a fantastic SNES game, you know, like, and then we've also got Bomberman 2 on SNES and Beauty and the Beast. Again, there's quite a lot in this. You've also got Rise of the Robots. Less said about that, the better. It's just, I've said it before, but it's such a strange time. Obviously, it's nice to see a few of the Paragon Games magazines there as well. Yeah, it's that era, isn't it, where it's like 94, 95, where you got CDI, 3DO, Jaguar. You know, like these issues got a lot of Jaguar stuff in. The Amiga, the A1200's still on there as well, CD32. You've soon got, you know, the Saturn and PlayStation on the way as well. I've got there for the 3DO Road Tour. Didn't go to Manchester, so I think Sheffield was our nearest one. And then looking just quickly, showing you a couple of the other issues there. We've got Animaniacs, which isn't a great game, but then another here for some brilliant Konami games like Sparkster and well, the Acme All Stars is average, but back then Konami did so many great games. We've got a feature in, this is issue 10 on Street Fighter, and this we're about to go into the new look ones in a minute, so I'm just going to show you what I mean. Well, this is what I was on about before with the reviews. We did tidy it up a little bit, by keeping all the Mega Drive ones together. Still, again, quite hard to read though. And then also you got things like Reader's Questionnaire. Always fun to look back at those. And then here you've got a massive feature on Street Fighter the film. So saying who's playing who. So quite a lot of stuff there. But again, back then we had no internet, so you would spend, you know, your money on these magazines because you want to read about Street Fighter the film. You want to know everything about it, what the plot is, and you know, things like that. Who's you know, playing them and stuff. What else have we got here? We've also got Battle Arena Toshinden. So by now, the PlayStation has been released, and the early games, it was exciting times, really. You know, it's as a kid, well, what, I was about 15 at the time, just absolutely, you know, loved it. But games like Raiden 2 and Parodius, people weren't really bothered about at the time. So these are games now which are quite hard to get hold of. We've got V-Goal on the Saturn as well. So just to carry on going through these last couple of issues, just so I don't keep everyone too much longer. The issue 11, so bearing in mind it only went out to 15 issues. Oh, it says 15. I don't think it was the 16th. I've never seen any higher than 15 anyway. So this is a new look. We've got rid of a spine, but we still kept about 100 pages. It must sound so sad banging out about a spine, but it's just to obviously see, you know, the magazine changing. One thing I've not mentioned is towards the back of the magazine you have this Access All Areas section, which covers videos, laser discs, you know, music, sweets, pick of the films on you know, Sky Movies and things like that. So you can see, and the movie channel as well, showing the era there. So we've got X-Files, and then what else? Yeah, X-Files videos to buy, Alien t-shirts that you can buy and stuff like that. And yeah, basically what I was just going to get to was the we've got a couple of decent Mega CD games there with Earthworm Jim and Eternal Champions. And just to show you the reviews, how we actually changed them. So, as said, we just had all the, you know, different columns and things like that. So, all these down here are the games reviewed. So, they do fit a lot in, but some of them really don't get much room. So, looking at this now, I'll show... what else have we got here? Basically, like Fireman on the SNES, which is a fantastic game and quite hard to find. So it just shows that the SNES has some good games coming out. So that's got, 92%. So again, 2 pages, lots of screenshots, a little bit of text telling you about it. And there's a few games like, you know, like this. And you've also got little mini box outs of each staff member, giving their marks on it as well. And then after a few big full pages, you know, double pages for some reviews, you're back to these small quick write-ups. So yeah, there's a lot covered. It's just, you know, I find it quite hard to focus on really, but that could just be me, you know. I suppose, you know, designing a magazine at the time, things were a bit different. And you've also got things like Coin Up Corner there, played over in Sega World down in Bournemouth, where the publisher was based. So yeah, that's the last one really. You've got a feature on Tekken that was coming out on PlayStation as a preview. Obviously a massive seller for the PlayStation. And then on the cover here you've got Primal Rage as well. So quite a lot in those, keeping me busy anyway, you know, to look back through them all. I said I'll do another quick video tomorrow, just looking at a few recent current editions, we'll say, including like Lock On. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. if you have. And again, thank you for listening to the show as well. Tomorrow, really got to get cracking now with this editing, you know. And then I can then move on to a few upcoming episodes. We're not forgotten about my 1999 best games of 1999 episode. We are going to work on that, me, Chris and Aaron, but it's been really difficult to have three of us all having the same sort of spare time calendar wise. Okay, I will leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will speak to you again soon. Thank you. Bye.